Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Nefertiti Gold, and today we're doing a follow-up video on some gear. So the first piece of gear that I want to follow up on is the Universal Audio Volt 476 interface. And I also want to do a follow-up video to the Roland VT-4. Now, on that last video, I did get a comment saying that it has a really loud noise floor when paired with a compressor. And I'll be really honest, I started noticing this noise floor as well. However, it's not the end of the world and you can still use this unit with some tweaks. So as of right now, all of the audio that you're hearing from this video is coming from this microphone into the VT4 straight into the 476. Now I currently do have a noise gate turned on to kind of help deal with that noise floor, and you might hear a little bit of clipping in and out towards the ends of my phrases as that noise gate shuts. So I'm gonna turn it off currently. My computer is a little bit off screen, but I'm gonna turn it off so you guys can hear it. So this is what it sounds like. Now, I do have the gain kind of adjusted to deal with this. So I'm going to turn up the gain just a little bit. Now, my voice might get a little bit louder. I'm going to try to adjust my level to deal with that. And I'm also going to turn on the built-in compressor that is in the 476 as well. Now, it is considerably louder. I'll probably do some volume boosting in editing just for you guys to be able to hear the super loud noise floor. But if I turn off the compressor, which I will, it minimizes it. And if I adjust the gain volume, it also helps. But that last piece of pièce de résistance is definitely throwing on that noise gate, which I will right now. Now it's basically silent, except towards the end of my phrases, you do hear like something just kind of clipping. But a good way to deal with this, since I am going to be using this with effects within Ableton, which is the DAW I'm using today, what I'm going to do is just turn on the reverb in Ableton, and it'll kind of help mask that. Now, the VT4 does have some reverb in there, and I'm going to turn that on so that you guys can hear it. Now, this is the reverb that is built into the VT4. And you'll hear that the reverb has a little bit of a tail and then it gets shut off immediately. And that's because the gate is turned on currently on the vocal chain within Ableton. So if I stop speaking, you'll hear that it goes dead silent. Now, personally, I don't really like the built-in reverb within the VT4. It's just kind of a super basic reverb, so I don't use it anyway, so it doesn't affect me. Now, before I continue, just to let you guys know what exactly I got going on this table for the demo, obviously the VT4, the 476, and I do have the Cobalt 5S here, which I'm using with the Moog Minotaur. And the reason why I have this is because I do want to demo the VT4 a little bit more, but it's usually best used in like a musical context. So that's basically why that's here. So I'm going to turn on the reverb in Ableton. All right, so this is with the reverb on. And if I also turn on a little bit of delay as well, I feel like you don't hear the noise gate opening and shutting. But you can only really hear it if you're truly looking for it. Now, in the context of a performance, I feel like you really won't hear the noise gate and how it's opening and shutting. I feel like once I start playing, then you'll notice that like you don't hear it at all. And I actually do want to get into more of a demo of the VT4 and basically using the effects that I mainly use to make more of like a dynamic performance. And you don't really need to have any like super complex lyrics, like a simple bass line and messing around with some of the effects on here, you can have a lot of fun. So the effects that I tend to use are the pitch, the formant, I use the harmony, and I use the megaphone. I'm going to turn off the reverb real quick. Now, you may have noticed that there is a red tape on here, and I just kind of want to let you know why that's there. No worries, nothing's wrong with this unit at all. This works perfectly fine, but the downside of it is that these do not automatically lock in at the center point. And I feel like with the formant, it's really not that big of a deal if it doesn't land right in the middle, because after a while, it just kind of sounds a little cool, and I like that, right? But with the pitch in the middle of a performance, if you're not exactly on pitch, it can sound really weird and it can really throw off your performance. So for me, when I'm performing, it makes it easier for me to just kind of either go exactly 12 semitones down, which would put me here. Now, if I adjust the format,
now we kind of get like a true octave below sound. Now, if I want to come back to the center, which would be exactly the pitch that I'm on, sometimes I might, let me adjust that.
Sometimes I might go past that center point, which essentially puts me out of key with what I'm doing. So that's basically what that red tape is there. It's just to make sure that I return exactly to center without affecting my pitch or my performance. So that's why that's there. So without too much ado, I do want to demo this out because this is really fun. I'm going to turn on my effects within Ableton. And what I want to do is play a simple bass line and get that going. So I'm going to put the mic down and do that. So now that I have a bit of a bass line going, we're just going to let the bass line play and just have some fun with this unit. Too fast, should've went slow. Now you're gone and I don't know where to go. Oh, 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 I don't know where to go. Oh, oh, I don't know where to go. Oh, went too fast, should've went slow. Now you're gone and I don't know where to go. Go, I don't know where to go. Go, I don't know where to go. Don't know where to go. Go, I don't know where to go. Go, I don't know where to go.
Too fast, should've went slow. Now you're gone and I don't know where to go. Go.
And yeah, that was really fun. I might make that into a track actually. But yeah, so essentially that's like the most used effects, right? A little bit of pitch, messing around with the formant is really fun. The harmony, the megaphone. I mean, even with just 2 lines, just repeating over and over again, you can really have a dynamic song and a really interesting track, and it's just a lot of fun. So I hope this video was super helpful, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you really like that little demo, let me know. Maybe I'll actually write a full song to it and put it out. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.